So yeah, the Moabites. They're very important because we have the Moabites and the Ammonites, right? So we have Lot, whose wife turned into a pillar of salt, and after that they ran out like into the caves, or they left town to go hide somewhere. Him and his two daughters, um, were hiding out. They had fled the town, Sodom and Gomorrah. Um, and the daughters took it upon themselves. They were like basically like, oh well, how are we gonna continue our father's name? There's no men out here. They thought they were like, that's how young they were. You could tell like they were, and how faithless they were. They were like thinking they were the only ones left or something in the world, that they had to take it upon themselves to repopulate the world. So they each took turns. You could say like one went one night and the other one went the next night, and they basically got their dad drunk and um, got pregnant, and had two sons, Moab and Ammon, and from there we have the Moabites and the Ammonites, who are still here to this day. It says that in the Bible, in Genesis. And so Lot and his two daughters had an ancestral relationship. He didn't know, he was drunk, but still, it was incest, and out of that came two boys, the Ammonites and the Moabites. Now, the Ammon and Moab, which became the Moabites and the Ammonites, who are still here to this day. That's Bible. And Moabites, Moab, um, they're the ones that fell in love with the woman, the daughters of men or God, when the fallen angels came down and wanted to procreate with them, and then the Nephilim came. Um, so basically, they couldn't have sex as being like fallen angels, I guess. I don't know the specifics of that yet. Just but whatever, they had offspring. The offspring were Nephilim, and yeah. So these spirits were coming after the daughters of men. So like us women of God, the ones who belong to the Lord, um, and they wanted to have sex with them. These are the same Moab, MOB, money over, excuse me, bitches, right? They're talking about us. We're the bitches, right? That they're talking about, according to them, not me. I'm calling us that, but um, after that, there was a spirit of whoredom that gets poured out. Anything to do with incest, and rape, molestation. Have you been raped, molested, fondled, right? With the two prostitute sisters, the story of the two prostitute sisters who were fondled and raped young. They had a spirit of whoredom outpoured onto them. And then they became prostitutes. And that's what the spirit of whoredom does, is it makes you become promiscuous. It makes you get into prostitution. Um, wherever you see incest, molestation, rape, sodomy, lesbianism, homosexuality, bestiality, prostitution, human trafficking kind of stuff, um, is the spirit of whoredom that was poured out. And that's why there's a lot of incest in the families and stuff, and it's very hush hush. Um, and it's the one who speaks out that usually gets like attacked by everyone else, even though they're the ones that decided to speak out, right? Because sometimes it happens for generations, and they're overtaking everybody. Pedophilia, all that stuff comes from the Moabites. Um, they prey on single women a lot, but they're still here to this day, and they're all over, and their bodies snatching and body jumping to different men, which is probably why a lot of us um, end up with like the same type of men. It's the same spirit. It's the Moabites. They're always going to be after you, the daughters of men. Um, but yeah, these are the ones that like have been trying to turn me into like a prostitute. They did some sort of spell work or something to make me homeless, not be able to get a job. Um, or if I do get a job, they just don't call me. Something happens, bunch of stuff. Um, or I can only work for certain employers who are part of this thing too. Freemason, all that is them. Gang stalking is Moab, a mob of men. Remember, a mob of men were trying to rape those two men angels in Sodom and Gomorrah, and he was like, "I'll give you my two virgin daughters," and they were like, "No, we want the man. We want to sodomize him." They were gay. It was a whole mob, young and old men of the town. Okay, a mob is the same thing as a gang. If you're being gang stalked, that's them, Moab. The Moabites and the Ammonites, they're here to this day. They're the ones doing all that. They're the ones promoting all this music about money and sex. They're the ones making everybody gay. They're the ones raping people and doing molesting. They're the pedophiles. They're the ones sodomizing people. They're the ones defiling people. They're the ones that try to make the women of God into prostitutes. They really want to be us. Honestly, it's what it feels like. They want to be women and they hate women. And it talks about, I think in Jude 1, like 7 or something, talks about um men who take advantage of gullible women, right? Meaning there's no man around to call the other man shit, right? Women are very trusting. And so they prey on a certain type of women, single women with no baby daddies helping them, or women who don't have family or something. The women on their own, widows, single women, that's what they prey on. Try to destroy us because we're so um, important in this kingdom, just like a man. But we have our role, and it's very important, spiritual. Um, and they're the ones gang stalking. They're the reason I'm living in my car. They're the reason my windows were just broken and busted all around, and it's gonna rain all week. Thank God for my mother. They're the reason. They're the ones that have been taking over my ex boyfriends, all these boyfriends' bodies, and trying to make me into a prostitute, beating my ass, or trying to hurt me. MOB, money, the music, everything is them. They're the scammers. They're the ones who started the whole scamming thing. The the root of all evil is Moab. That's the root of all evil, not money. The love of money is the root of all evil, right? But they are the ones that making the love of money a thing. They're the ones. You being gang stalked is Moab and the Moabites and Ammonites. It's a bunch of them. They body hop. They're the ones with the tinted windows. Ones following people, trying to hear things. They're the ones trying to sleep with you. They're always trying to sleep with you so they can take over your body. Or trying to get you to prostitute or kidnap you or kill you or something like that. Get you to join the Illuminati. They're so annoying. It's just, and they don't stop.